They laughed at you. They doubted you. They whispered behind your back when you weren't looking. And in those moments, when their words cut deeper than a knife, you started to question yourself. Maybe they're right.
Mais bam note 9. Maybe should quitter before he lose everything.
Stop. That voice in your head isn't the truth. It's fear. It's the sound of a world that's terrified of people who dare to believe in themselves. Every dreamer hears it. Every fighter feels it. Every soul that ever tried to rise above mediocrity has been crushed by it.
The fear of loss.
The fear that if you give your all, you'll end up with nothing. But let me tell you something you've forgotten. You already have nothing if you stop believing in yourself. Think about it. What is loss? Is it money? Is it reputation? Is it the opinions of people who never once lived your struggle, who never once carried your pain? Or is it the death of your spirit, when you surrender the one thing that makes you unstoppable, your belief? You see, loss isn't the enemy. Fear is.
Fear keeps you small. Fear keeps you silent.
Fear keeps you from daring to leap, because you might fall. But listen to me, if you never leap, you never fly.
He want you to remember a moment. A time when you risked something.
Maybe it was small. Maybe it was massive. But you stepped forward, uncertain, trembling, and still, you did it. Do you remember how alive you felt? That rush in your chest? That fire in your soul? That wasn't success. That wasn't failure. That was courage. And courage is the heartbeat of belief. The world has convinced you to measure your life in wins and losses. To stack up trophies, medals, paychecks, followers. But here's the truth, those things come and go. They fade. They crumble. They break. What remains is who you became in the process. And that person, the one forged in fire, the one who refuses to quit, that person can never be taken away from you. Loss teaches you.
Loss sharpen you.
Loss strips away illusions and leaves you face to face with who you really are. But if you let the fear of loss stop you, you never even discover that person. You hide behind excuses.
You hide behind comfort.
You hide behind the lie that safe is the same as happy. It's not. Safe is slow death. Safe is a cage. Safe is looking back in 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, and realizing you never gave yourself permission to try. That regret will eat you alive. And it will hurt far more than any failure ever could. So let me ask you, what if you lost? What if you tried, and it didn't work out? What if you gave everything, and still came up short? Would that break you? Or would it build you? Because the truth is, you can't lose if you learn.
You can't fail if you grow.
And you can't be defeated if you refuse to stay down.
The greatest champion, the icon, the legends you admire, they've all lost.
They've all failed. They've all been broken, embarrassed, laughed at, ridiculed. But they didn't let loss define them. They let it refine them. Michael Jordan once said he missed over 9,000 shots in his career. He lost almost 300 games. 26 times he was trusted to take the game-winning shot, and missed. But do you know what he said after that? I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed. Do you see it now? The fear of loss is an illusion.
The only thing you ever truly lose is the chance you never take. Every time you silence yourself. Every time you lower your dream. Every time you quit before you begin.
That's real loss. And it's invisible. Nobody sees it. Nobody talks about it. But inside, you feel it. A quiet ache that whispers, you were meant for more.
So why not believe in yourself?
Yes, it's risky. Yes, you might fall. Yes, people will laugh, doubt, criticize. But guess what? They're going to do that anyway. Whether you rise or stay down, they'll still talk. So why not rise?
Why not burn the fear?
Why not declare right now that your belief in yourself is stronger than your fear of loss?
Look around you. Every invention you use.
Every building you stand in.
Every song you listen to.
Every story that inspires you. They all exist because someone, somewhere, refused to let fear of loss stop them. Someone said, I believe in this. And they kept going. Even when they failed. Even when they fell. Even when nobody else believed.
That is what he wants for you.
Not safety.
Not confort.
Not a life measured by avoiding risk, but a life set on fire by belief. A life that looks loss in the face and says, try me. Break me.
I will come back stronger.
Because belief, real belief, isn't tested when everything is easy. It's tested when everything is falling apart. And maybe right now, that's where you are. Maybe you've lost something: money, time, opportunities, people you loved. Maybe you're standing in the ruins of what you thought your life would be. But let me tell you this: those ruins aren't the end. They're the
Foundation. You are not broken.
You are becoming. And if you choose to believe in yourself, even here, even now, nothing can stop you. So here's the challenge. Stop running from loss.
Stop worshipping safety.
Stop listening to the lies of people too afraid to chase their own dreams.
Look in the mirror and tell yourself the truth. I will not fear loss.
I will not surrender belief. I will risk it all, because I am worth it.
Because you are.
You are worth it. Your dream is worth it. Your future is worth it. And if you dare to believe, if you dare to leap, if you dare to live without fear of loss, you won't just survive. You'll rise. You'll lead.
You'll inspire.
And one day, others will look at you and say, that's the one who believed, when no one else did.
You've heard the word. You've felt the fire.
But now the question is simple: what will you do with it? Belief isn't just an idea. It's not a poster on the wall. It's not a phrase you repeat once and forget. Belief is a choice.
Every single day.
A choice to rise when you want to stay in bed. A choice to stand when your knees are shaking. A choice to walk through the storm when everyone else runs for cover. People think belief is about confidence. It's not. It's about commitment. It's about saying, I will keep moving, even if I'm terrified. Even if I don't know how.
Even if I might lose.
That's belief. So how do you live it? How do you take that raw burning energy inside you and turn it into action? Step 1. Accept loss as part of the process.
Yes, you will fail. Yes, you will fall.
Yes, you will be embarrassed, judged, misunderstood. But every time it happens, remind yourself, this isn't the end.
This is the lesson.
Because the people who win, they're not the ones who never lost. They're the ones who never quit.
Step 2. Define your vision. What do you want so badly it keeps you awake at night?
What dream feels too big, too impossible, too outrageous to even say out loud?
That is the one.
That's the goal you need to chase.
Write it down. Say it. Own it. Because belief without direction is wasted energy.
But belief with vision? That's unstoppable. Step 3. Take the smallest step you can today.
Not tomorrow.
Not next week. Today. Send the email.
Make the call. Start the workout.
Write the first page. Don't wait for courage to arrive before you act. Courage comes because you acted. And step 4. Protect your mind. Do you know why most people never believe in themselves? Because they're surrounded by voices telling them not to. Family. Friends. Co-workers.
Stranger online.
They say, be realistic. They say, don't take risks. They say, you'll lose. And maybe they're right. But here's the difference. You'll lose trying. They'll lose by never trying.
Who do you want to be? Cut the noise.
Surround yourself with belief. Read books that inspire you. Listen to voices that fuel you. Spend time with people who see greatness in you, even when you can't see it yourself. Your environment is either your cage or your launch pad. Choose wisely.
Now let me tell you a truth most people will never say out loud. The life you want will cost you.
It will cost you comfort. It will cost you popularity. It will cost you time, energy, sleep. And yes, it will cost you losses. But the alternative? The cost of not believing in yourself? That price is far higher. Because it costs you your life.
Not your existence. Not your years.
But your life, the burning, unstoppable, one-of-a-kind story you were meant to live.
Don't throw it away. Don't bury it under fear.
Don't shrink because the world told you loss is scary. Loss isn't scary. Regret is. And regret is the one thing you cannot fix, cannot heal, cannot replace.
Picture yourself at the end of your life. You're sitting in a key room. No noise, no distraction. Just you and your memory.
Will you look back and say, I'm glad I stayed safe? Or will you wish, just once, you had believed in yourself enough to risk it all? That moment is coming. For me. For you.
For everyone.
And when it does, I pray you can smile. I pray you can say, I tried. I fought. I believed. Because belief isn't just about winning. It's about living. Living fully.
Living freely.
Living without the chains of fear that hold most people down.
Do you want proof?
Look at history.
Every revolution. Every breakthrough.
Every moment that changed the world began with someone who believed and wasn't afraid to lose. Martin Luther King Jr., he believed. He risked everything.
Thomas Edison.
He failed thousands of times. He believed anyway.
Oprah Winfrey.
Rejected, doubted, fired, ridiculed. She believed anyway.
The names change.
The story is the same. Belief, loss, resilience, victory. And now it's your turn. Yes, you. The person watching this, listening right now. You think this is just a video. But it's not. It's a wake-up call.
It's the line in the sand.
It's the moment where you stop being afraid of loss and start being fueled by belief. So here's what you're going to do.
Stand up.
Right now.
Puis your hand over your heart.
Feel it beating. That's life. That's power. That's potential.
Say it out loud. I believe in myself. Say it again, loudé. I believe in myself.
Not because it's easy. Not because it's guaranteed. But because it's the only way forward. From this day on, let the world see it in your eyes.
Let them hear it in your voice.
Let them feel it in your actions. Belief is not just something you carry inside.
It's something you radiate.
Something that lights up every room you enter. And when people ask you, but what if you lose?
You'll smile. You'll stand tall.
And you'll say, I'd rather lose believing than win doubting. That's power. That's freedom. That's life.
Believe in yourself. Fear nothing.
Rise.